What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ishaan, and in this video I'm going to be breaking down the full technical analysis and price target of Safemoon along with my personal strategy to profit off of it. Alright, so jumping into the technicals of Safemoon, we can see a few things right off the bat. So yesterday, right over here, we can see we had a big red candle, and essentially on yesterday's update video I told you guys how we had broken this crucial level of support that we had right over here. Essentially, this is our swing low from where we eventually bottomed and pushed higher, and the fact that we had broken below it essentially signaled that there was a lack of buyer demand to maintain this price level, and so we ended up breaking below it. Now, taking a look at what's been happening recently, we did get an initial break above, but as always we didn't get any follow through and we didn't validate this level of support and follow through higher. Apart from that, you guys must know by now that I love breaks above the 9 EMA, which is that blue line. We pushed up, we failed to break above the 9 EMA, and as we know, that essentially signals that the trend is not in favor of buyers. But taking a look at what's been happening recently for the last few hours, we can see that we finally begin forming higher highs and higher lows. We're finally beginning to enter this uptrend again and change direction. And apart from that, we've broken above the 9 EMA on the hourly chart, and basically the 9 EMA shows the shorter term average price of any security. So the fact that Safemoon is above it shows that buyers are willing to pay a premium compared to the shorter term average price of Safemoon. Apart from that, we can see how the red MACD line has crossed above the green signal line, and this indicates that the momentum is shifting back in favor of the bulls. Apart from that, we can see that Safemoon right over here formed a lower low, right? This low was lower than the previous one. However, on the RSI, we can see how we formed a higher high, and this is called a bullish divergence. And this shows that, even though Safemoon was dropping, buyers were beginning to gain momentum and that the selling pressure was losing its steam. So this is just yet another indicator confirming a bullish reversal. But this is still not enough for a definitive reversal. If we want to see Safemoon, really get that big reversal that we've all been looking for from this pretty big drop, what we need is for Safemoon to break above this level of support and reclaim it. So now the reason we want to wait for a break above this level of support is for a few reasons. First of all, as I mentioned, it was a crucial level of support way back over here. So the fact that we've now broken below it shows that buyers are no longer willing to commit to that price level and shows that there's not enough demand to maintain that price level. And so once Safemoon actually breaks above that price level, it will finally confirm that buyers are willing to commit to the trend reversal, and now they're willing to essentially reclaim that support level. And honestly, it's just classic technicals. Previous levels of support turn into resistance. But now once it actually does break above that level of support, there are a few things you want to watch for. First, you want to watch for a break and a pullback. The reason you want to wait for a pullback is because you want to see buyers validate that support level and commit to it. Like we saw over here, we pushed up, we came down, but we couldn't hold it as support. Essentially, by pulling back and turning it into support and following through higher, it shows that buyers are basically saying, hey, you know what? It was acting as resistance, but no more. We're now turning that resistance level into our level of support, and we're going to commit to it. Now, if we don't end up getting that pullback to that level of support, an alternate strategy is to watch for Safemoon to be turning the 9 EMA into support. As we can see, when we nailed this reversal a few days ago, when I told you guys to watch for a 9 EMA break right over here, we can see what happened. It was pushing up and turning the 9 EMA into support, pushing up, turning the 9 EMA into support. So an alternate strategy, if we don't get that pullback, let's say to that level of support, is to watch for a pullback to the 9 EMA and see it validating that as a level of support. And now once we get that follow through, that's where I would be looking to add heavy, because from there I could see Safemoon heading a lot higher. However, those aspects of Safemoon is looking bullish, but the fact that on the daily chart we've broken below the 9 EMA signals that the longer term trend is going to be heading down. As we can see right over here, when we pushed up, we came down, we turned the 9 EMA into support, pushed up, came down, 9 EMA into support. But the fact that we've now broken below the 9 EMA signals that the longer term trend isn't really going to favor the buyers unless us unless we break back above. So it's going to be crucial that we break back above on the 9 EMA on the longer term chart in order for, a much larger reversal higher. Apart from that, the red MACD line has crossed below the green signal line, showing that buyers are losing their longer term momentum. What we saw on the hourly chart shows the shorter term momentum, but because we're on the daily chart, which is a longer term time frame, it shows that the longer term momentum is shifting downwards. So those are just some things to keep in mind and some key factors to watch. So again, once we get that break, what I'll be looking for is a pullback and a follow through higher. This is just classic bullish reversal pattern that really validates the reversal higher. Apart from that, once we break above and let's say get that follow through, I could first of all see Safemoon heading to this previous level of support that it had over here. Similarly, like we're doing right over here, we're turning the previous level of support into resistance. So on a break higher, you can definitely expect that this previous level of support will turn into resistance as well, and a lot of buyers will use that as a reference point to sell. And at this level of resistance, it's the same thing. You want to wait for a break above, turn into support, and follow through higher. You want to see some validation that buyers are committing to the trend and essentially saying, hey, it was a level of resistance. Nope, now we're going to turn it into our own level of support. Now, Safemoon could also totally head lower. As I mentioned, it's going to be very important to watch for a break above the support level, because only then do I really see Safemoon having a good chance of reversing higher. So if we head lower, I could definitely see Safemoon heading quite a bit lower. As you can see, right over here, we had a previous level of resistance. So once we come down to this level, it's again classic technicals. Previous levels of resistance turn into support. So you can expect a lot of buyers to step up at the support level here at 21367, where it was a previous level of resistance. Below that, right over here at 16142, this is another area where we had a level of support right over here. So this is also an area where buyers could look to step up. And again, at these levels of support, all you want to be looking for is higher highs, higher lows, and a break above the 9 EMA. Like we saw right over here, we pushed up, we turned the 9 EMA into resistance and came lower. That's what you never want to see. You always want to wait for a break above the 9 EMA to confirm that buyers are committing to the trend reversal. And overall, just by being above the 9 EMA, it shows that buyers are controlling the trend. So that's a simple way to put it. But if you want to learn a lot more advanced trading strategies and technical analysis for yourself, be sure to check out the Gen Z Trader Academy down below so that you can become more profitable and make better entry and exit decisions with technical analysis. With that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy, clocking out for now. Peace.